Hi, I'm Vivek Prahlad. I've been with ThoughtWorks for 5 years. I've played various roles on projects, from being a technical lead to an agile coach to a project manager. I'm currently the innovation lead of ThoughtWorks Studios, and I'm also the architect of Twist, a functional testing tool from ThoughtWorks Studios. At ThoughtWorks, we are known for tracking the bleeding edge of technology. So why exactly do we track the bleeding edge? Well, it's because we are on a mission to find newer, better and faster ways of solving our customers' problems. It's really about finding the best tool for the job. For example, we've been early users, advocates and contributors to Ruby on Rails. We built arguably the first Rails application in India, and we are currently at 6 projects and counting. Another example, we've been early users of the Google Web Toolkit. In fact, nearly 2 weeks after it was released. And we use the GWT in order to build a rich email application. Our clients view us as trusted advisors, whether it be about technology choices, incorporating open source, or the healthy doses of pragmatism that we bring to the table. And of course, new technology invariably ends up being cool, and we all love our shiny objects at ThoughtWorks. We are well known for our contributions to open source software. So where have we seen open source come from? I would say that in 99% of the cases, we have seen open source evolve out of solutions to problems on real-world projects. For example, with cruise control, the problem was, how do I do continuous integration? In other words, how do I build my software, run my unit and functional tests after someone on my team checks into source control? With Frankenstein, a functional testing tool for Swing applications that I co-authored, the problem was, how do I test a multi-threaded Swing application? And how do I ensure that my tests still run, regardless of whether my application is fast or slow, or whether I'm running my tests on a fast or slow machine? With DB Deploy, the problem that we are trying to solve was, how do I ensure that I can use version control in order to control changes to a database schema for my project? As we can see with all of these 3 examples, the thing that's common to all of them is that they started off with a problem that we tried to solve on a given project. It's after those problems got solved that we then made the decision of whether to open source that solution or not, so that the software development community at large could then benefit. So that's where we have seen open source evolve on our projects. I'd like to give you a peek into what the software development community at ThoughtWorks has been talking about over the past year or so. The first of those is concurrency. Making the most out of multi-core hardware requires new approaches to software development. This is an area that we have a keen interest in, and it's something that we are tracking quite actively. This is still an emerging field, but it's something that we're keeping an eye on. Functional languages such as Erlang and Haskell are another area that we're quite interested in, and that actually has links to concurrency, which I just talked about previously. Functional languages have been used to build trading systems, among other things. But we are trying to explore the boundaries of that in order to see what are the other applications that functional languages could have. One of the services that we offer our clients is something that we call enablement, which essentially means for clients who are new to Agile and would like to pick up the ropes, we provide them services by which they can actually do just that. So one of the roles that we have on our projects is something that we call an Agile coach, whose job it is to help our clients learn Agile. So one of the discussions that we have been having in the community is around, if you're an Agile coach and it's the first day on your project, how do you start? And that may be a simple question on the surface, but it's one that we consider to be really important, because the first day of an engagement can actually pretty much define the tone of the engagement and how things go on from there. So it's very important for us to know how to start off on the right foot. And finally, build pipelines is another topic that the software development community has been discussing quite actively. So build pipelines are essentially about how do you break up your build into multiple stages. For instance, compiling your software and running all of your unit tests as the first stage maybe, and running your functional tests as the second stage. In order to speed up your build, get feedback more quickly about each stage if it passes or fails, and also so that we can get more control over deployment and so on.